Hey, what's up, guys? I'm SR Soul 909, and I'm here gonna drop the third video for today. Like, I've been going insane with the videos. Like, I just really enjoy yapping on the camera and, like, just like talking about SR. Like, I really enjoy it, guys. And this video is gonna be about how OCD goes away if you have ADHD, maybe even autism, if you have any sort of thing like that. Because I've seen numerous posts on Reddit about guys that have these conditions, and it helped reduce like it helped reduce their ADHD, their OCD or whatever. Like, plenty of Reddit posts that I've seen about this. They're very old ones too, like dating back to like 2012, like 2015, around there. Like, really old Reddit posts about this. And I don't know about 2012, maybe that's a little bit too far back, but I think around 2014 I was looking at. So yeah, lots of guys with these conditions that start talking about how SR, but they weren't calling it SR back then. They were calling it NoFap or something. It helped reduce like these conditions, and they actually felt better. They communicate a lot better, and I feel the same way too. Even though I do stutter sometimes, and see, when I'm thinking about like stuttering, I actually start doing it more. But basically, like, it helps reduce it by a lot, guys. Like, it helped, and I agree with that. Because I had very debilitating OCD, and I had like just overthinking constantly all the time, and I feel like this helped me tremendously. Like seeking God at the same time too, that helped tremendously. And it's gonna improve your communication skills, and you're gonna be able to talk to females and pretty much anybody and look them in the eye and make them feel heard. Like, you're gonna be able to do that way easier. You're gonna be able to get on camera like this and start recording. And I think every guy should be on this right now. I do be watching Alpha T Fitness. He was away for a while. I don't agree with everything he says, but I agree with most things. Like, same thing with like marketing messenger. Like, guys, like, you could still like somebody and like their content and not agree with every single thing they say. Like, it's kind of impossible to agree with every single thing people say or whatever. But I do enjoy Alpha T Fitness, and he's very hard hitting. Like, yeah, I know he says a lot of bad words or whatever. He's not very Christian oriented, but I do enjoy his content. He says a lot of really good things that I've applied to my life, and like new perspectives and things. It might not be your guys' cup of tea, like especially if you're married, because he's very like I don't want to say he's black pill. I don't want to say that because I don't want to put a label on him, because he's like in his own. He's his own special, unique person. I respect him a lot. I definitely respect him a lot. So I definitely don't want to say anything like that to offend him or anything, because it's like, I really respect that man a lot, and I enjoy his content myself. But even though that's the case, I don't agree with everything he says. But he spits a lot of facts that maybe one day I'll start shifting toward like the things he say. Like, maybe one day I'll start agreeing more or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe I'll start agreeing less. Like, who knows? I don't know what the future is gonna be. I'm just doing my own research and trying to find truth myself and trying to figure this out. But he's very like hard hitting, to the point. He's from New York, so like, how those guys are. Like, they're very like to the point in how they are. And I do enjoy his content, but he's very, I don't want to say he's black pill, but basically the black pill ideology, where like he basically says like it's not even worth it to even pursue a woman at all, like just to stay on SR and work on yourself over there. And I could understand where he's coming from, like, completely. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, sometimes I feel that way too, because I'm just like, yeah, bro, like, they're kind of like women these days are tripping. They're really tripping. I feel like we do live in a matriarchy, and if it's not a matriarchy, it's pretty close to a matriarchy. Like, that's how I feel. But basically, you can't say anything like against women, like anything. Like, people will trip like instantly. But yeah, like, anyways, like, but that's just how I feel. I could be wrong, I could be right. But basically that, guys. Like, that's what I want to say. Like, your, like, whatever condition you're dealing with, any sort of mental thing that you're dealing with that, like, is torturing you, or it's like OCD or whatever, like, SR is gonna help you greatly with that. It's gonna definitely help you, because, like, I had terrible OCD where, like, I really couldn't even, like I didn't even want to, like, leave the house or nothing. Like, I was depressed, guys, like, insanely depressed. And I feel like SR, like, I don't give, like, I don't say, like, SR really did everything, but, like, God was a part of it too. I was much happier, like, right after getting on SR. It helped with a lot of the, like, the OCD and all that, and the ADHD. I do have ADHD too, whatever. Actually, I don't have it. I don't claim it. I don't claim, in Jesus' name, I don't claim any of that. I don't claim. I'm perfectly fine, you know. But in the past, when I was younger, I did get diagnosed with those things. But, you know, I just don't claim it. Like, it doesn't belong to me. It's not in me. And I have Jesus, and all that stuff is gone. You know, like, I don't believe in, like, that I have any sort of condition. I feel like I'm fully capable, 1,000,000%, especially on SR. Like, I have the energy to do, like, pretty much anything, and I just don't claim any of that stuff. But I will say I was diagnosed with those things, like, in the past, and I think you will improve. Like, when you feel like you don't have the communication skills or whatever, that you can't talk to a female or whatever, like, you're gonna be so bold on SR. Even if you go, guys, even if you go 2 weeks, some guys say you need to go a month. That might be true for some people. I think it might vary. It depends on a lot of factors, but you could definitely, like, get a lot better at these things. And basically, you know, like, that's how I feel. Like, that's how I feel for real. And it's just, the only way you go up, the only way you go when you're on SR is up. Like, that's the only way you go. You completely go up. You know, you don't have to stress too hard, like, oh, I gotta take this pill or whatever. Because I did used to take Vyvanse, like, when I was younger. Vyvanse, Adderall, Concerta, a bunch of different pills that I was prescribed, and they made me take. And I feel like that was really not the way or whatever. But, like, I feel like, you know, the doctor meant well, maybe, you know, like, the doctor meant well. He was trying to help me or whatever, to concentrate or whatever. Like, none of that stuff worked on me, but they were, like, making me swallow these pills or whatever from the doctor that were prescribed to me. I'm just like, nah, like, I just had to get on SR back then. You know, if I was on SR, I wouldn't have had any of these issues. Like, I couldn't even sit still in school. I couldn't focus on the work. Like, I couldn't focus on the work so hard that I really just didn't care. I just gave up. Like, I would just sit there and I would put whatever, circle whatever on the test. Like, I really didn't care, you know, because, like, I just felt like I just couldn't do it. You know, I just really couldn't sit down and do it. I'm more hands-on. I learned through YouTube, and I feel like that's what they just didn't understand about me. Like, I was always just very misunderstood and forced to do things that I didn't want to do, like sit down and do these freaking tests that I freaking hated. Like, that was such a terrible time in my life, like, especially, like, high school, middle school, terrible time. And things like that, guys, you know. But I just, like, think, like, if I was on SR, like, way back then, my life would have been a lot easier, guys. And if I was, like, going after God, my life would have been a million times easier. And then SR on top of that, like, guys, like, I'm telling you, like, for sure, like, you know, I feel the difference now because I'm actually studying on my own. Like I said, I got my notebook, and the last video was called The Come Up. I know it's like scribbled or whatever. But yeah, like, I just draw whatever I want in here. I write down my plans. I write down research, like psychology research and things like that, like trying to understand, like, habits and everything, like I said in my last videos. But yeah, guys, like, basically that, you know. And I'm just trying my best, for real, like, just trying my best. And I do this, like, out of my own will. Like, instead of going to school and, like, instead of sitting at a desk forcefully against my will, and, like, I just really didn't care about the false history they were teaching us anyways. Like, I actually sit down by my own will with the freaking notebook now because of SR. Like, I wasn't able to do that before, guys. And if you have issues with that, I highly recommend you just get on SR, guys. Like, you're gonna care more about, like, just you're gonna crave knowledge, if that makes sense. Like you're gonna like crave knowledge insanely. And like don't be like me, because like I was going into the conspiracy theories like really hard for some years. And it's just like stuff trying to get you scared and trying to get you like in a low vibrational state, and I really don't recommend that, guys. Like none of those conspiracy theories like made my life any better. If anything, I was more stressed out about it. And I was just like you know, you just feel like everything's after you or whatever, when like you feel like you're in the end times, which I do think it's the end times. Like the I don't want to say like too much on here, because then YouTube is like really picky. But the MOTB, like I was always worried about the MOTB. Like maybe you could Google that and figure out. Like I have to speak in code. Like Mark the Messenger says he has to speak in code. But yeah, the MOTB, guys, I was always like constantly just like researching that and like just stressing out. Especially when I was like a newer Christian. I was just always on that, like saying like, oh yeah, it's gonna come next week, or it's gonna come next month or whatever. Like it's already here. Like I used to think things like that. Just don't go crazy on the conspiracy theories like me. But I am gonna tell you, you could go on BitChute and Rumble and like see a bunch of stuff that's not on YouTube. That's definitely like censored knowledge. But I don't recommend you go like insanely crazy, because my bad. I keep burping, guys. But yeah, I don't recommend you going insanely crazy with that stuff. Like it could take you down a path that you don't want to be in. It can make you depressed. You know, like I do recommend you guys go through those things, like through all the conspiracy theories or whatever, so you could like get like a sense of like what's really going on, but then leave it at that. Like don't go too deep in it, wasting all your day going through it. Like I was kind of like going too crazy with that stuff, you know. But just like get the main things, and then, you know, keep it moving, like the main subjects of it or whatever. I just can't really talk. I wish I could talk about this stuff on here. Like maybe one day if this channel grows, I'll start a Rumble channel, then I could really say whatever I want. Like I'm gonna say whatever I want for real. Or I could even go on a kick stream. Like if I find enough of you guys on here, we'll go on the freaking kick stream, guys. I'll say whatever I want. We're gonna say whatever we want on there, and I'll probably invite some of you guys to get on stream with me to like talk about things. You know, how we could better ourselves as men, how we could be better men in general. Like, you know, people like to blame. Like a lot of you guys like to blame. Not all of you, like obviously, but a lot of guys like to blame. Like, oh, that women aren't this, women aren't that. But and they're kind of right. But it's our fault. Like we have to take accountability as men too, because like it's really our fault too, you know. And like that's just how I feel, guys. Like God made us the head, like to lead women. So it's like women's downfall is like right now, like where they're in their lowest nature, like ever. Maybe like since Babylon, they're like in their lowest nature. This is Babylon 2.0 going on right now, guys. And whose fault is it? Like we could blame ourselves. It's our fault for making them that way, you know. Like we should have kept them in check, like the way it's supposed to be, you know. Like not necessarily saying like we have to like be bad to them, or like, but you know, like for their own good, like we have to like be a certain way. And we failed them, guys. Like we failed the women, guys. We failed them for real. Like we need to do better, and then when we do better, they're gonna do better too, you know. Like they're a reflection of us, you know. And I did my part in making them worse too. Like I did my part, and then I take responsibility for that. And as of these days, like I want to do better, you know. So then maybe I could find a good one too, you know. Like that's just how I feel, guys. Like we have to take responsibility. Like we're men, you know. Also the men before us too, they messed them up too, you know. Like they like maybe they took responsibility, maybe they didn't. Like, but who cares? Like it's not our problem. Like we're in the present moment. We're gonna take responsibility for this. We're gonna turn this around, guys. Like we could really make things better, like for real. You know, like we could really just do our best to make things better. Leave everything in God's hands, you know. Like this is how I feel, guys. Yeah, like this video is gonna be almost at the 15-minute mark or something. I'm gonna take it to the 17-minute mark. Like we'll take it to the 17-minute mark. But yeah, like you guys are watching for real. That's why I'm like super motivated to keep making these videos, because these videos are getting like 10 views for most of them. I got like 10 views on the ones I uploaded today, or like 20 views. And then the very first one got 145 views. That's crazy, guys. I just started this channel 3 days ago. Like, I can't believe it. Like, it's, like, for real, that's crazy. Like, I know I have more on my other socials or whatever, but this is the one that matters. Like, you know, this is a spiritual journey. Like, I actually care more about this channel than all the other socials. I'm actually pouring more into this, more time into this channel than pretty much everything else now. Because, like, this matters way more to me, you know? And basically that, guys, you know. Yeah, like I just have a good time talking on the camera, you know, and just like not editing nothing. Like, it's very laid back and therapeutic to me too. And you know, hopefully I could convince more of you guys to not break the streak. And you know, like I'm trying my best to like be on the longest streak of my life right now. Like, that's the goal. And then getting on this channel, getting on the camera, and just like talking on here is helping me not relapse, guys. Like you guys are helping me not relapse, like too. Like, you know, like we're gonna do this together. We're not gonna relapse, and we're gonna be on God's good side. You want to be on God's good side, you know, and we're doing it out of our own will, because we want to be on His good side, because we choose to be on His good side, you know, not because like we're forced to, or like we're like robots that are trying to obey God and everything. Like we want to because we want to, you know. Like, that's how I feel right now. Like, I wanna obey God because I feel like it. Like, not because He told me to, not because anybody told me to, because I want to, you know. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much how I feel. I think I'm gonna wrap this video up, and I'm gonna dump the file on my hard drive, because like the way I be doing it, right? Let me know if you guys have a better way of doing this stuff. But I have a SATA connector to Type-C, and I hook it up to the iPhone, right? And then I dump the file onto the SSD. Then after that dumps or whatever, I plug in the SSD into the computer, like with the Type-C or whatever, and then I just upload from there. Like, I click on the create button or whatever. I don't know if some of you guys actually upload videos too, but I just load the file from there. It's a pretty efficient way to me, but like if you guys know of a better way to upload, let me know. So yeah, guys, like I'm just new to this YouTube stuff, and I'm enjoying myself like thoroughly, that I want to just drop videos like almost every hour, but that's kind of crazy. I just can't do that. But like, for sure, every chance I get, trust me, guys, I'm pressing the record button, and I'm gonna have a good time yapping, you know. I'm gonna have a good time doing this too. Like, and that's just how I feel, guys, like, for sure. I have my Cash App in the description. If you guys found value in this, like, feel free to donate, but you don't have to donate nothing. I'm gonna say this every video. You don't have to donate anything, guys. I'd rather just like you hang out here. Like, always feel welcome to this channel. Like, this is your guys' channel, and this is my channel. You know, we're gonna be here. We're not gonna break no streaks as much as we can. And even if we do, we're gonna get back on the next day. Like, you know, it doesn't even matter. Like, we're just gonna keep getting back onto SR no matter what. And we're gonna be following God's rules, and like of the Most High, we're gonna follow His rules, and we're just not gonna care about what nobody says. We're just gonna keep going on these streaks, you know. Like, we're gonna do our best, guys. Like, that's the only thing we can do. We're not gonna be perfect, but we're gonna keep going and try to do our best. I kind of have too much energy because I did slam a second Celsius today. That's crazy. I wish I didn't do that. Like, I just felt all shaky and everything. I'm probably never gonna do that ever again. Like, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, guys, like, pretty much that. Like, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Alright, so I'm SR Soul. I hope you're having a great night, great day, great morning, whatever it is. I'm gonna try to say that every video. Great night, great day, great morning, whatever, wherever you're at. And I peace out. SR Soul 909. We out here.